Hello and welcome to the I Can Do podcast with Benjamin Lee. We're here to talk about tips and strategies to have an I Can Do mindset when it comes to faith, family, fitness, and food. Let's go. Here's your host, Benjamin Lee.
Hello and welcome to another episode of I Can Do. This is Benjamin Lee. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. Today is a very special day. It is December 31st, 2020. So tomorrow, and many of you or some of you may be listening to this in 2021, which is A-OK. Well, I know that this, in all seriousness, has been a very serious year. It's been a very challenging year. I did a sermon not too long ago called Standing on What is Sure. Or stand on what is sure. And one of the things that I talked about, I asked the audience if you could describe 2020 in one word, what might that word be? I think a word that all of us can relate to is uncertain. So there has been a lot of uncertainty, and yet in many respects for a lot of people it was interesting because a lot of people came up to me or texted me, or I heard from other people from other people as well about the words that they thought of or the word that they thought of. And for many of the words that I heard, it was actually kind of positive. So we have been through so much in 2020, and yet there are still some things that we can look back. I believe even in the midst of great difficulty, there are some things that we can look back and see that are still good. Do you believe that to be true? I hope that you do, because as we enter into a new year, one of the things that I have been sharing with people is that the best is yet to come in 2021. The best is yet to come in 2021, and I firmly believe that. And somebody may be thinking, okay, how did, number one, how do you even know, right? And number two, is it bad that maybe I'm too positive or not being more realistic? Because when January 1st hits, we're still going to be wearing masks. We're still going to have social distancing. We still have COVID-19. That's true. We do. But I still believe the best is yet to come in so many different ways. I could talk about it from a spiritual standpoint, and I could also talk about it in a couple of different ways as well. I want you to consider a couple of thoughts as we think about 2021. That as we enter into a new year, and I want to give you some ABCs, some things that you can do, some things that you can think about and put into action immediately. I think when we begin to go down this path, then we will see better things that will come along, better days for us as well. So it is possible, even in a year that's been so devastating in so many respects, that there is something for us to look forward to. There are things that we can do so that the best will come, that there will be this improvement in 2021. So I want to begin with the letter A. The letter A, this ABCs or these ABCs that I want to give you that I think will help you out in 2021. A stands for attitude. My podcast, I Can Do, really began with attitude. It had to begin with attitude when I got diagnosed with a heart condition and then ended up getting a defibrillator put in my chest in 2010. I had to decide what my attitude was going to be. Well, all of us have to do that when the clock strikes 12 tonight or when we wake up tomorrow morning and it's 2021. Our day is largely going to be dependent upon our attitude. I know that there are things that we can't always control, but one thing that we can control and one thing that we do have control over is our attitude, our perspective, how we're going to respond. And so as you think about 2021, the best can come, because one of the biggest things that influences us with how we even view life is our perspective, our attitude with what happens. So there are things for us to be thankful for. We're still here. We're still alive. We still can move forward. We still have the ability to exercise. We still have family members, and maybe some of us have lost family members. And I know that's very difficult and hard, and I certainly don't understand the pain that people are going through. But But we still have friends, and we still have family, and we still have something to keep moving towards. Attitude will go a long way as we look into and live throughout 2021. B stands for books. The best is yet to come in 2021, and I think we can say that because the more you read and the more you dive into books, I think the more opportunities you're going to get, more ideas that you're going to get. And yet many people don't really take the time to actually open up books. And so 2021, there's still going to be challenges, but what if we decide to tackle those challenges or to face those challenges and to figure out different ways of how we can improve ourselves? One of the best ways to do that is by reading books. The public speaking coaching that I've gotten this year in 2020 has changed my life with Ultra Speaking, and that really just started off by reading a book called Ultra Learning by Scott Young. I'm taking some of his courses right now, a rapid learning course. But if I never bought his book, then I never would have met these coaches with Ultra Speaking that have really been transformative for me with my preaching and with my public speaking abilities. Books are something that's really important, and I would encourage you to open up a book. Maybe you already have a book that you bought. Maybe there's a book in your Amazon cart. Maybe if you're in need of a book, I can give you some recommendations. There's a book I'm reading right now by John Maxwell, The 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth, and it's a great book, and I'd give you this suggestion as well. In 2021, you don't have to read 30 or 40 or 50 books. If you do, then that's fine. But I'm just saying you don't have to read a ton of books. What I've come to learn is reading this book. I'm in a book club, and we're just reading one chapter per week, and it's been revolutionary for me because I've actually slowed down enough to ponder and consider what I'm reading and actually to put into action the things that I'm learning from the book. That simple book has opened up so many different ideas and things that I need to improve upon. And so the best is yet to come, I believe, for me in a lot of respects, because I'm seeing, okay, this is how I can improve in this area of my life. And this is something that will give me more of what I'm looking for. Books can take you wherever you want to go, to the future, to the past, can unlock so many different doors, may even allow you to meet people that maybe you've never met before. But you got to take that first step and open up those books. The best is yet to come in 2021 when it comes to having the right attitude, when it comes to reading books, and then C, creativity. The best is yet to come because there's so many different ways that we can continue to be creative. It's been amazing to see all the different things that have happened this year because of the chaos and the calamity and the COVID-19, all of the different things that have been created. Well, there's more things to create, which means that we need to continue to stay active and think and expand and stretch ourselves. That's the law of the rubber band that John Maxwell talks about, right? The best use of a rubber band is when it's being stretched. So we need to stretch ourselves and study and learn more and get creative about how we can change certain things for the better. There are so many people who are in need. Well, what if we come up with some other ideas and ways to assist other people? That's another way for the best to come in 2021, right? So let's be creative. Let's brainstorm and think, and let's consider different ideas, and let's be willing to fail, and let's not assume, but let's see if something like that or some things will work. A stands for attitude. B stands for books. C stands for creativity. But maybe the most important is D, and I'll stop here with my ABCs. The D is this. Are you ready? D stands for decision. The best is yet to come in 2021, but we have to make a daily decision to be determined that we're going to do these things, that we're going to have the right attitude and respond the right way when life gets tough, that we're going to read books and learn, that we're going to be creative in nature. It is a daily decision we must make. So you can look, and I can look at 2021 and say, nope, nothing else is going to change. Nothing else is going to get better. That's a decision. Or we can decide, you know what? I'm going to have the best attitude that I can no matter what happens. I'm going to keep growing and learning by reading books and stretching myself with trying to get creative, whether it's at my job that I currently have. Maybe it's finding a new job. Maybe it's assisting a family in need or a person in crisis. D stands for daily decisions. Make the decision to keep moving forward, to do what you can do, to control what you can control. And the best will come. There will be better days ahead. Make the decision today to view tomorrow with eyes of joy, gratitude, and appreciation. Yes, it's been a tough year, but the best is yet to come in 2021. I can do, and so can you. Take care, and God bless.